right, everybody, how are we doing? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Welcome to another episode of Tell Me More with me, Tony Moore. That's right, still here in quarantine, still bringing you shows, still kikiing with everybody and their mama who's doing the same. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am very excited and happy to catch up with a good Judy of mine. I only see them when they're touring, when they're in town, just for a hop, skip, and a jump. They are usually really, really busy. But now that they have to sit down, we get to chit chat. So I get to talk to Miss Large and in Charge, Chunky and Funky, Miss Latrice Royale, and her lovely husband, Christopher Hamblin. We're going to talk, we're going to kiki, we're going to see how they're doing. We're going to talk about their upcoming drag show, his single. Like, we got a lot to talk about. So let me go ahead and bring them in. There we go. Be a blessing, because you never know if things are going to just tune out. Oh, one of my juices and berries is still in there. See how I'm trying to keep my juices and berries together. So that way we go, oh, it's the Royales of the Florida Royale.
We trying to get a little set up together.
Oh, there y'all go.
Are we in the
Is this bitch on?
You trying to be 6 feet away and we in the same house, bitch. That ain't working. You're social distance in my house with me, honey.
Listen, y'all can break the rule. Y'all can be closer. Y'all's married.
Oh, trust we
And neither of us with our rings
I know,
on.
right? We've been acting single.
Well, we've been gardening.
We've been gardening and cleaning and cooking and putting our hands in seasonings and marinades and stuff.
Listen, I'm glad you said seasoning. Because listen, there's some folks that's not seasoning their stuff. I've been to the grocery store. I've seen the condiment and seasoning aisle, and they are fully in stock.
Full stock. Full stock.
Full stock.
Yeah.
And that worries me. Well, I'm so glad to see y'all. The last time I saw y'all was the Christmas Queens tour. And wait, when was the last time? Oh, the Queen.
See, I'm fact checking you already.
Well, excuse me, Miss Husband, Executive Assistant, remember of all the receipts and things.
Oops, sorry, I remembered seeing you.
Well, listen, I love seeing y'all because I don't see y'all that often because y'all are always so busy, and now y'all get to sit in your new house and enjoy it.
It's true. And I mean,
yeah.
We finally, well, it's now turned into a studio. But
listen,
what we gotta do.
Look, everybody's still trying to make something happen. As you can see, I was like, listen, I'm going to be in my house, but I'm going to create a show. We're going to do something.
We got to do something, honey.
You so how you see this? I mean, listen, I'm giving trade just a little bit until I start talking.
And you got good hair too, little live.
Look, I got, you know why?
The berries.
All the juices and berries are in there.
Oh, you better do it, honey.
I'm just saying, listen. Look, I may not be going nowhere, but I'm gonna look good for whoever in this house.
Right? I heard that. You ain't wrong.
So what else have y'all been doing? How have you been keeping yourself busy or not busy during this quarantine?
A lot's been going on. He's been working on himself and his music, and like really trying to like reconnect with his artistry and let people know that he is a force. And
but I've also been trying to just reconnect with my husband, who just got back from the UK on tour for a month. So it's been a little bit of both. We've been kind of busy, but we've also been giving ourselves, you know, when you're both creative types, sometimes you just got to just sit in the silence with each other and like your thoughts and feel your thoughts and go through what you're going through. So it's been nice to be able to do that with somebody and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Am I gonna look like an asshole or do I sound crazy? Or like, hey, what do you think?
This is the time to do it all. You know what I mean? Like if you
shit
else to do, get on.
Look, you ain't got You got nothing else to do. You might as well keep creative and be productive and do something.
All them back burner projects, honey, get them out the closet, finish it up.
Bring them to the front.
You have been holding on to and not rhinestone. Get it all, get that drag room in order. Get it together. You know what I mean? This is that time.
Well, I'm glad that, like, you know, y'all are now able to spend some quality time together because both of y'all are busy. Latrice, you touring all the time. Chris, I'm glad you finally have a chance to work on your music because you are a very talented musician. And I think people often forget that. You know, you the tickling of the ivories. Now, listen, I can't play jingle bells on it,
well, you know,
so you do it great.
Together, I really made it a point. You know, there's so many thirsty bitches around, and I wanted to make it really clear that I was not like trying to use our relationship to get myself noticed or to get the spotlight for myself or whatever. But at the end of the day, making music and doing this is all I know how to do. And so at a time like this, like I'm bound, bent, and determined to try to make $1 doing it.
Okay, listen, you know, pin that Venmo to whatever you're doing.
And I've never been the kind of artist that like a label was going to sign. I'm not exactly a songwriter. I'm not in certain scenes enough to get that kind of work or whatever. So it's actually kind of freeing to get to just like put my stuff out there on my social media and say, hey, if you buy it, come over and hang out.
But both of you collaborate on a lot of stuff, like the Here's to Life show and now the Life Goes On show that is part of the Digital Fest that's happening. What is it like to collaborate with each other and finally utilize each other's talents and put it in a show for the world to see? What is that like?
Well, it was nerve-wracking for me because it was really him that got me like even singing live. Like I would not ever have dreamt of doing that. Like never. And
but he would be singing gospel music in the car and,
you know,
and singing every part, not just
we need a soprano too, honey.
And I think that anybody that's funny has a sense of pitch, and you can like hear a rhythm, and even if you don't know, aren't a trained singer, you can. I mean, obviously, he knows how to communicate with people, and people resonate with not only his personality, but the sound of his voice. So once he started singing, now we can't shut him up. It's great.
Well,
it's great.
That's what happened.
It's great. But
listen, we still waiting for
that I don't know. I'm used to being the one that challenges people. And this song that that the title of the Digital Drag Fest show is called "Life Goes On," and it's a reference to a track by Diane Shore, a jazz singer that I knew about, but not in detail as much as Latrice did.
I'm a fan.
And we've now had 2 different people working on transcriptions of this song to try and get the arrangement because it was never written down. Diane Shore is a blind musician, and they never made sheet music or anything. So we're, as far as we know, we're like the only other people that have even tried to do this song. So we're I've really appreciated the challenge of like offering some truly unique entertainment, whether it's like in the drag world or cabaret or jazz or whatever you want to say we're doing. Nobody
No, because I remember many moons ago, I came to the Here's to Life show when it was here in LA.
At the Rock Show? Is that the one that you came to, or did you come to the Sweet Shop?
The Sweet Shop.
Okay.
That's the one I came to. And what I enjoyed most about it was just seeing you 2 together working on something, but also just, you know, kind of the telling life of that. Oh, hold on. We got to get them back. See the internet. Let me add back. This is technology, y'all. You never know when something's going to go in and out. What happened?
Right when you were telling us how great we were.
Yeah, and we didn't
I don't know. Like, now I'm a little nervous because that could have been the Lord saying, hold up.
He lying.
He lied. He lied to y'all. He lied. No, but what I enjoyed about the show was seeing you guys work together, but also just like, Latrice, your story from, you know, when you were young, went to prison, you know, Drag Race and all that kind of stuff. And it was, I remember it being very inspirational. Like, I feel like everybody walked out feeling something. Either feeling like whatever is, you know, in your life that's an obstacle, you can get over it. Whatever you want to do, you can make it accomplished. Don't let anything stand in your way. Like, there was a lot of life lessons that would be enthralled. What can we look forward to with the digital show that's coming on Saturday? Because this is like, I feel like this is round 2 of that.
I mean, in a sense, yes, absolutely, it's a continuation because the story and the beat goes on, and so you know, obviously, you know, it's still uplifting and inspiring, but it's more lighthearted and fun because now we've overcome these obstacles and we're living our lives. You understand what I'm saying? And so it still talks, you know, it still references taking risk and growing and evolving and all the things that I do, that we do as a couple, as individuals. You know, it's important that you realize who you are. And this is the time that you're going to get reunited with yourself.
Whether you like it
or not, you're going to feel some type of way and learn some things that you didn't remember, like that you was that way. But the truth
but life will go on. That's the whole point.
You know, through all the ups and downs and, you know, trials and tribulations, the beat goes on. And so
we're just being a little life goes on was, you know, here's the life, like you said, everybody left feeling some type of way. And you know, the great thing about it is because you know that Latrice winds up okay, it kind of allows you to like go to this emotional place with her and hear the tragedies that another performer might not have the same permission to share. But then one of the most amazing things about watching him work and do Here's to Life for all these years now is, you know, he literally, it's not a fiction. He literally goes on stage and cries about losing his mother while in prison every show, sometimes twice a night. And that's an endurance that just very, very few performers have. So but it wears you out. And Life was very consciously created to be a little bit lighter for him, that we can tell the same points and encourage people the way that Latrice can only Latrice can in a certain way. But without having to go all the way to hell and back to get there.
What is it about y'all's relationship that like keeps you both going? Because both of you, again, are so busy and there are times where you guys are apart. Like, how do you keep your relationship very, very solid in a very like working environment that y'all have?
When we met, it was very quick that I don't know how, but I always said that we knew each other's darkest places really quick. And I just knew about this person that he was committed to never going back there, no matter what. And so we came to a place within a few months, really, that we just agreed that we'd rather fight it out with each other than start over with somebody else that wasn't going to ever understand. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, look, ain't nobody got time to get back on these apps.
It ain't happening ever again. Trust and believe that.
Look, y'all stay together because it's hard out here. These apps, ain't nobody got time.
Struggle, and it is real.
Oh my God. These thirst trap groups on Facebook and stuff. Detox got caught busted jacking off and everything, girl.
Listen,
Go nowhere.
ain't nobody got time for none of that. No, because all I do now, I just pray that God send me somebody and that he just teleport and just show up at the door. Because all this shoulda, coulda, woulda things that's going on, it's too much. So y'all just stay together. Fight it out, love it out, like just be together.
We all trying.
We are sure trying.
So trying.
We don't have much choice right now. We just bought this house and now we can't leave it.
Right. Because of this, now y'all around each other 24/7. What have y'all learned about each other that you look and you're like, oh, I didn't realize you were
common with Candy and Todd.
from House.
Oh my God, this last episode put us through it. Like, we had to have real life conversations after watching these people. Like, it is very feast or famine with us. Like, you know, when he's gone on tour, for good or bad, he has the activity of the tour to distract him from however much he may miss me or whatever is going on. But if I'm home at the time running things and like keeping the house going, I have a lot more time for my mind to wander and to like, you know, miss him and like that. So we've definitely like are learning, I think, how to communicate about that balance more, because it takes a lot. It just takes a lot of communication, and as much as you want to get to a place where you think you've got it, then you get quarantined and nobody's hiring you, and so what you gonna do now?
I'm sure it's a lot of work.
Yeah, you know, but you know, it's like when you look at the alternative, I much rather this fight than the fight that these other people are fighting. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's
dating in LA.
Oh my God!
I would never want to have to be you. I would never want to have to be, because you're a public personality too. People know who you are. They have an idea of you that it's somewhat true, probably, and somewhat not. So
yeah,
there's things.
Until you got this beard, I thought you was transition to a transsexual woman, but now I see this beard. I'm like, I don't know, maybe he is gonna keep it.
Because you know me, I have deemed myself as a Christian woman, like, you know, so. And now people are all confused because of all this. They're like, wait a minute.
Like, oh, that's straight. What?
But the trick is, though, again, I gotta be like this. And then as soon as I start talking, they're like, nope. They're like, no. But no, Look, I would like to participate in the dating of LA. People don't allow me to participate in the dating of LA. So I'm just.
Well, you're good. I'm sure you're good.
Well, like, you know what? Like, South Florida is not much different than LA when it comes to the dating scene. Believe you me. I don't know if you ever know of Wilton Manors or South Beach, but there's not, like, you is not about to find your one and only true love down here. So I had to import him from Tennessee. Get you a good old country boy. Go on tour. Go and get you. That's what I need. I'm telling you, that's what you do. Because you ain't you got to import them.
So listen, so this is what we gonna do. We gonna create a tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
But really, the purpose of the tour is to find love. So we're gonna go city to city, and I'm gonna scan the audience, and then we gonna go from there.
Oh yes, you will go from there. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now speaking of busy, you know, again, the last time, as I was just reminded of, that we saw each other was at the AJ and the Queen premiere, and I have to say, I loved you and Monique Hart. Like, I felt like that was a pairing that we didn't know we needed. And now that we've seen it, we want more of it. What was it like being a part of that show and working with Rue in a different capacity and the girls and all that stuff?
That was really amazing. I was a little shell shocked at first when I was approached and asked by Rue, you know, and it became very real. And then next thing I knew, you know, I was in the writer's room and I'm with these executives and Michael Patrick King and like all these amazing people. And I'm just like, whoa, okay, so this is happening. Let's go ahead and get into the mold and character. And basically, you know, Rue, you know, he's always said, you know, listening to my stories, he's always intrigued and want to hear more. And so I have a lot of insight and experience, and he wants to hear about it. And so that's what happened. And I was able to share my experiences, and a lot of stuff was true and really unbelievable, but it was true. And so to work behind the scenes and then also have a role created for me, for Miss Fabergé,
Yes, Miss Fabergé.
Oh, honey. Once they told me that this is my episode and this is going to be my shit. This is you. You the boss. You the kingpin. I was like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. I am in charge of the girls.
Are you in charge of the girls?
I am in charge of the girls.
And don't make it on garbage can.
But really, when I didn't find out I was working with Monique until the day of the table read. On the script, I had gag, right? So they sent out several drafts of the script, and like each time you get a little bit more information about who is going to be filling these characters. I still didn't know who was my niece or a drag daughter, whatever, nephew, drag daughter, whatever.
Yeah.
We get to the table read, and they got us sitting in order of, you know, how it goes. And here, I'm sitting there, and then Miss Monique sits next to me. I said, oh, this is going to be good. I was like, I had no idea. She had no idea. It was really good. And just magic. Like, we both were great personalities, and what they saw on that show was not it. You know what I mean? And we had a lot to prove, and we definitely delivered that. So
no, y'all did it. Like when that episode came on, I was like, we need more of this. Like,
tell me, have a spinoff. Can a bitch get a spinoff show?
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe a spinoff can happen because unfortunately there ain't gonna be no season 2 of AJ and the Queen. So if anybody in Netflix is watching, you know, let's just start spinning some stuff off. You know,
get it all going, baby. Like, I'm here for it.
Look, somebody need to write something for you and Monique, because I feel like y'all could almost be like a new Thelma and Louise. That is a movie that I would watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody, y'all down there in the comments, y'all smart right there. Do that. Y'all do that. And then, Chris, you have a single coming out. Give me a holler.
I don't know if you can call it a single.
Yes, you can call it
a song that I recorded.
So it's a single. It is a song that you recorded. It's a single.
I wrote it about 15 years ago when I was living back in Tennessee, where I'm from. I created a party that some people still know about, and it still kind of happens without me, but not kind of with me.
You better get your check.
It's called the Night of $1,000, and it's a Dolly Parton tribute night. And so I decided to challenge myself to see if I could write what I thought would be a good Dolly Parton song. And what happened was a song called Give Me a Holler. And where I'm from, if you grew up in the country, in between the hills back where you can't really describe where it is because it's back behind 3 lampposts and a pine tree. And
behind the dirt road.
In the holler. And so after I had left Tennessee and gone to New York City, I was really, really miserable up there. I need green things around me. I really appreciate nature and an open sky, and I need a chance to breathe. I was not used to the city life. And so it's a song about like just wishing for simpler times, and a song about like having community and saying like when you're going through something, give me a holler. When next time you're in town, give me, like every time we see you, we give me a holler, girl. That might be all the time we have to do, but we're going to make it count, and we're going to be there for each other. So last year, through a series of weird situations, I was asked to do an opening act for Latrice. We toured Here's to Life through Canada last year. And I didn't know I had 45 minutes of music. But it turned out I did, and Give Me a Holler was one of the things that I did. I played the auto harp in addition to piano, which is Trixie is kind of making that instrument famous again now. So I took the auto harp on tour and sang this song, and it kept getting stuck in people's heads. And Tim kept encouraging me to record it. So I did have to go home. When he was on tour last month, I went to Tennessee and recorded this song. And it's actually Dolly Parton's niece, Jada, and her songwriting partner called Barry J. They have an act called Jada Star and Barry J. and they're singing backup harmonies for me. I've got auto harp and bass and banjo.
You got a whole production going on.
So straight up bluegrass, and I'm actually going to be performing it live for the first time as part of Latrice's Life Goes On show on Digital Drag Fest on Friday. And I'm doing my own show called Give Me a Holler on Saturday. So, yeah, I'm trying to get that out into the world. And I just need that one good old Dolly Parton check, girl. Just one. She can tell everybody she wrote it. I don't care.
Just give me half that check. I'll make it stretch into the whole check, but just give me half. Right? I'll take that.
So thanks for asking about it. I'm really excited to get to share it. I thought it was kind of corny, but people are really like vibing with it. So I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys.
See, I'm gonna need you to give yourself a whole lot more credit than what you do, because you sit here being real timid. Ooh, I don't know. Now listen, I done seen you play in real life. Like, you know how to tickle the ivories, you know how to sing a song, you know how to arrange stuff. Girl, you better go out there and get your coin.
Well, I've always said I'm a storyteller, and sometimes that's through the piano, sometimes it's through a harp, and sometimes it's through my husband. But in one way or another, that's what I'm doing. So I hope, I think people want stories right now. We want entertainment. We want to connect with somebody and something that has something to do with our experience. So hopefully I can offer a little bit of that for people.
So then after this catchy single catches on and, people are going to want more, are you going to produce more, do more? Can we look forward to an EP, maybe a full album, maybe a rendition of Endless Love with Latrice and Chris? Like,
that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Ebony and Ivory.
Yes. Oh, bitch, I will cancel. I will cackle. If y'all do Ebony and Ivory, I will cackle. Do you hear me? Cause see, here's the thing. I already pictured the video of Endless Love. Cause I know Latrice gonna have them royalettes in the back, all that kind of stuff, just something pretty and doing all that ribbon dancer and stuff. But if y'all do Ebony and Ivory, I'm dead. I'll buy $10 just to give to other people.
Okay.
But do you want to do do you eventually want to put yourself out there more?
I've been working on one project for a really long time. I've called it Patience because that's what it's going to take. I just did a show last weekend online called Namaste Home, and it was all solo piano music and really focusing on that part of what I do. And I really want to turn that into a full length concept album where I combine a lot of different kinds of music. But since Give Me a Holler is working out, I also have been talking to singers like Don Tallman to record some of my other stuff. I'm not really trying to be nobody's singer. That's not really my goal. But sometimes it's the music you wrote and you got to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would love to put an album together of music that I wrote and have other people sing it and really get the voices that I imagine behind it.
Well, do it, because guess what? You ain't got nothing but time right now. So you can go ahead and you can come out with a whole quarantine album.
For real.
That's it. Yeah. So Latrice, we were first introduced to you with Drag Race season 4. And up until now, how do you feel your drag has evolved since we first met you?
Oh, well, I got a lot more expensive things.
You got them checks started coming in. You got them coins. You don't have to buy rhinestones. You can buy Swarovskis now. You can do the Swarovski crystals and things.
I mean, God is good. What are you doing?
He is good. Listen.
But, my aesthetic hasn't changed much, other than I've evolved from, the club scene. That's just, I'm too old. And I have kicked and flipped and jumped and threw myself on the floor. Honey.
He keeps saying that he's going to retire the splits, and then he keeps getting out there and doing it.
Because the adrenaline be getting there, and I be getting the hat. You know, be like old habits. You know, like I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to be there. And then 2 days later, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean?
Rub my back, man.
Look, at our age, you got to do at least a 30-minute stretch when you do anything.
And I don't ever be doing that. So yeah, she'd be doing it cold, honey, like she's 22 again, and that is not working. So, but like, I really have enjoyed like getting into the cabaret scene and the theater and just doing more intimate, but like shows where they are there to see you, and then you have their undivided attention, and you can really resonate and get your message across. And that's what's really good for my soul and a lot of people's soul, And so I want to continue to develop that part of it. I definitely want to do more scripted work and go into acting and kind of go to the next level with that. And so it's funny how life just takes you on this journey. If you were told me I was going to be doing this digital show and my house was going to be my studio and all that, I'd be like, ooh, you crazy, you know what I mean? But like, this is real and it's happening.
This is it.
We got to keep it going,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a lot has changed, and my message is always clear. I haven't changed, but I have evolved, and it's just,
well, you just listed all the ways that his drag has evolved. He was never in a writer's room before. None of that. Like, it's been so crazy to watch the opportunities that have come his way. That I'm just going to brag on him for a second. I never get to do this. That I do believe are different from and unique to opportunities that other girls get. There's girls that there's never going to be another Bianca Del Rio. There's never going to be another Sharon Needles. There's never going to be another Alaska Thunderfuck. There's never going to be another Coco Peru. You know what I mean? And seeing what his story has meant to people, and especially like, not to just make this conversation about Pose, but after that show happened and we began to see the culture shift into not only trans people, but people of color being able to, and trans people of color, not that it's trans, but that people with that life experience,
I'm a trans woman,
deserve the opportunity to tell their own story. And that was the monumental thing about AJ and the Queen, I thought, was that that we knew it came from you, and that was why it resonated so much, because of how you have evolved. We watched you evolve from that idea of that character, the madam or whatever, into a legit businesswoman.
I just think that ever since you entered into our lives, you have just been the most humble, creative, talented person that like has ever graced Drag Race, and I think that it's true, because that quality about you hasn't changed. Like I feel like you went into that show knowing who you were, and we've known who you were since then. And I'm just happy to see that the opportunities that you've been able to get from that, the doors continue to open, because some girls from the show, them doors ain't opening, like they thought they would. But
sometimes it's no fault of their own.
But
no, it's not.
Sometimes through fault of their own.
but there's I don't think anyone ever thought when the show started that the queens would be able to travel the world and do what they love around the world.
When the first season of Drag Race happened, I thought, please don't let me have it for saying this. I don't mean it disrespectfully, but I thought Rue was retiring. When they said America's next drag superstar, I thought, okay, she's going to start doing all boy gigs and acting and not getting drag anymore, and hand off the torch to who became BB. And then 11 seasons later.
12.
Yeah.
Well, after, however you want to count it, 15 or 16 seasons later.
Yeah, 12 plus all the All-Stars and everything like that. Yeah.
I mean, and here I am, like I'm talking to you in one way or another because of a show that I sat in Harrogate, Tennessee, watching during a nervous breakdown.
Oh Lord, bless it. The show got you through. Yeah, because I've been watching this since season 1 too, and you know, drag was kind of something that was club scene, that was kind of underground, like, and the only way that you had notoriety was if you were a pageant girl. So, like, if you were a national title holder, that's the only way that people would know. Now it's like, there
was Marla Jean, there was Peaches Price, there was Coco Peru, but they were not getting booked in Tennessee. No. They were not getting booked in Atlanta.
Right. And now it's like, you know, people are doing shows, they're touring with shows. The show has just opened up so much, and I'm just glad that everyone's able to embrace all those opportunities, which is good. Because for 2 seconds, I thought about it.
To go back to Tennessee together, my mom is always convinced that it's going to be the time where he can relax and nobody's going to bother him and they won't recognize him. And we go to, like, you know, a restaurant in like BFE, Tennessee,
and the wait staff is freaking out,
and we can't have it because they need a selfie, and for me, like, having grown up in that area, like, I had to fight to find out who Bernadette Peters was, much less Lady Bunny and Rupaul, and like everything that came after that. Like, it was not. I still can't figure out how these kids know all that they know.
They know. The children are woke, honey.
They're very, you know why? Because they have the interwebs and the social media and the YouTube. We didn't have this when we were growing up. We had USA Cartoon Network. That was it. We didn't have all this. We had encyclopedias where we had to look up stuff in a book.
We had to look in the book, honey.
Yeah, we had to go to the library. Not the real library, but the actual library to get stuff. Like,
they let us go to gay.com.
Oh, don't even get started about the .com and the AOL chat rooms.
AOL men's for men's is
I can't.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. AOL and what's MMs? What are you talking about?
Listen, I don't know. I was showing. I was giving Bob descriptions even back then. Let me stop. It's raining. I shouldn't say that. It's raining. That's probably why the connection fell off before. Because God knows.
And you know it don't even rain in LA.
God is trying to tell you something.
Tell us, think God trying to tell you something.
Go ahead, sing. God's trying to tell you something. That's my favorite part of that. I love that. Okay, so I want to play. Oh no, wait! Before we do that, you have a management company.
Oh, business. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Business Fish. Someone who has taken this and. Tell us, like, about the company, what you're doing with it, how's it going?
Well, okay.
What's the team with all that?
It started out as, out of necessity for me because I didn't trust anybody. I had heard horrible stories, about girls making their money and managers were crooked, and all that. I was like, I worked too hard to get where I'm at to have somebody take it away and all that kind of stuff. Now, the company that I started is not the company that it is now. So I started with All-Star Management, and I was under a different. I had a different partner then, a different management partner, and I obviously that did not work. So as I, 3 years into that, I found out and figured out that that was not working, and I had to go out on my own. So I took all of my clientele with me. I said, I'm jumping ship. If y'all want to come, be saved. Hallelujah. Come on, let's go. And so LRI Talent and Management was born. And so
and some of them stuck around, and some of them didn't.
And the thing of it is, like, I don't know what happened. Like, season 7 started coming around, and season 7 and 8. And
well, we represented,
like, we had 5 of those girls at that time. We had 5 girls, and that was a rough season. So to get girls booked. Like, no one wanted to book those girls. I don't know. Well, you know why. So,
I'm just over here making faces.
It's just what it was. It just didn't come off. It was a hard sell. And so what started happening was that people started really going back to the earlier seasons, season 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And we got this like overwhelming popularity at Rebirth again. And like, before, I never toured like that before.
Yeah.
And
then Jujubee was everywhere.
And then so, yeah, it just became a thing where the earlier seasons got a like new life. And through that, I got busier. We've had shifts, girls come, girls go, and now I think we're at a place where we're cool. We don't have so many. Like, you can't help everybody. You just can't.
Yeah.
So we had to trim downsize a little bit, and focus on like, you know, what we can focus on, and that's where we are now, and we're doing very well. Well, we was until
till Miss Rona came in and interrupted everything. Miss Rona said, "Hold on, we're gonna put the world on pause."
Yeah, she put us on pause. Reevaluate your life.
Yes, you know what? I'm starting to think Miss Rona is somebody's black mama who told all of us to get somewhere and sit down. And she meant it. And she said, don't go out this house. If you do, I'm whooping that ass.
I'm going to get you.
Yeah. I'm going to get somewhere and sit down. Read a book. And I'll let you know when I'm done.
And then like for people who like feel like, you know, this is all Matrixy and all that kind of stuff, this is definitely a giant reboot. Push the button.
Yes.
Like, if you don't come out of this situation different, then definitely wrong with you. Because I already know I'm changed because I'm motivated. I've always been motivated, but now I'm more motivated to carry on and do what I dream to do. You know what I mean? It's like all the things that, like, I've gotten reconnected with my painting, and like, now I'm finding out that's going to be a lucrative thing because people want to buy my art. So I'm going to keep on finish these series and sell these and get me some coins. So like, if I can't get those, you got to have something to fall back on. Rely on that kind of talent. So like, that's it. Like, you just got to refocus.
I was looking at the paintings like, okay, I would buy one, but then I'm like, hold up, this Latrice. Let me look how my budget is going to be. Let's see if I can afford that butterfly painting before I send a message like, like send that.
You got a wallet size you can do.
It's like, look, you can't just put it on a loose leaf paper for me and just send it. I'll put it in my own frame.
I got this napkin here. Do you mind?
Yeah, look, I'll send you the paper myself. And, you know, just do a little dabble. I already got the frame from Target. Just put your little signature down the bottom. Okay, so now we're gonna play a little game. Like a lot of couples have been seen doing this couples challenge, right? So I'm gonna ask y'all some questions.
Look, it's the TikTok.
I'm gonna tell you about it. So you were so busy trying to give a hoot and a holler that you done missed the couples challenge. So
I charge extra for the hoot.
As you should, because I'm pretty sure Latrice gonna make sure you get extra for hoot. This paperwork only say it's a holler. You want a hoop? That's gonna be extra. So what the couple challenge is, I'm gonna ask y'all some questions, right? Or I'm gonna make a statement, whichever, and you're going to point to the person that it's true about, right? So you have to close. You're gonna have to close your eyes so that way you don't see who's pointing.
Oh, so we either point to ourselves or point to each other. To the other person.
You can. If the statement is true about you, you can point to yourself. If it's true about your partner, you point to him.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, y'all ready?
I gotta make sure my
Yeah, close your eyes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all.
You can do that. You can do this. Just make sure we see who it is, because then that way y'all gonna have to go back and look at this video and see who said what about who.
Oh, that's so shady. We're gonna have to do that. Okay.
Now,
we're not even gonna find out till we watch it back.
Yeah, because we're gonna close our eyes.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta watch it back. Now listen, I'm gonna say a prayer that this doesn't start a quarantine fight.
Somebody better call Yalla.
Y'all gonna be sitting in the corner like, oh, so that's what you think? That's what you think?
Okay. So it's
Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna do 10 statements and then point to who you think it's about. Okay, so close your eyes. Okay. Who has been the most entertaining during this quarantine? Point to.
What?
The most entertaining?
The most entertaining?
Yeah. Okay. Who has showered the least during this quarantine?
That's hateful.
Because we both be up in there. Honey.
I don't know.
We both be up in the showers, honey. We be getting.
Oh well, I don't need to know what y'all doing in the shower.
Again, I charge extra.
I'm saying.
Oh, so that's that who. Okay. Who has eaten more during this quarantine?
Well, I'm not sure now, bitch. Because this one, go ahead.
Who is the better cook? Okay. Who has been the messiest? Okay. Who apologizes first after a fight? Okay. Who is the funniest?
That's not fair.
That's the whole point.
Who is the most romantic? Okay. Who is grumpier in the morning? Okay. Who is the biggest baby when they're sick? Okay. And last question, who has done the most lives on social media during this? Okay. You gonna be eyes now. That's gonna be real interesting. I'm praying for y'all.
It was hard not to cheat.
Oh my goodness.
Oh well. Tell the folks about
I've eaten more.
Well, listen. Skinny bitches usually do eat more. Like
you have no
I
idea
get
how many packs of Brussels silver jelly beans I can pack away, like just
or rolls of Oreo, golden Oreos.
Golden Oreos.
That's the vanilla one for the white.
Them and them lemon cookies.
I like those too. Yeah, I'll take it back to them. You got any?
This not lemon cookies.
No. Them ain't them but lemon cookies. Them time golden Oreos. Them are lemon cookies. Them lemon cookies. The man's the huh?
It depends on the brand you get.
What kind of brand I get?
Yeah.
No, I mean you can't get just like the dollar store ones. No, they're not going to have no flavor. But there are ones that actually do. Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about you eating cookies.
Yeah, we are.
You eating all the cookies. Tell the folks about the Digital Fest show, because the first show done sold out, and they had to open up the second show.
By now,
when we looked at last on stage, there were only about 21 tickets left for the 8 o'clock show on Friday. There was one at 5 and one at 8. You were talking about the management company and everything. This is our first time getting to work with PEG management. It's really a great indication to me anyway of the industry being willing to work together to get everybody paid right now and make sure that we're all paid. And it just goes to show the undeniable presence that Latrice has in the industry that she was asked to do it. So we're really looking forward to bridging that gap and getting it all going.
Listen, the one thing that I have noticed about this whole quarantine thing is how creative everyone has been, from the IG live drag shows to this Digital Fest.
All of
All of this. Like, listen.
All the TikTok thing, right?
All the TikTok, all the Instagrams, all this. Huh?
Do you have TikTok?
Okay, I downloaded it.
Me too. Go ahead. I got 0 followers. That's all I got.
I've not even downloaded it.
I just downloaded it last night.
But you do dance videos like that a lot. You would be really successful on TikTok, I bet.
Listen, I'm busy. Like
that's what it is. Well, not now though, bitch. You ain't got number time, ho.
But still, like I downloaded it thinking like, okay, I'm gonna do TikTok. But then I'm like, I don't have time to learn something.
Not commit to another social media platform.
No.
I just got around to Snapchat last week.
I've left Snapchat alone. I'm still trying to get this together.
That part.
Well, you're doing great. We appreciate you including us in your shenanigans here.
Well, of course. Listen, y'all know I love to kiki and hoop and holler with y'all. And eventually we gonna all go eat. Because I said the last time y'all came in town, we need to go eat. And then we all got busy. So the next time we going to eat.
The next time.
Somewhere.
Whatever that might be.
Whatever that might be.
Listen, I hope it's soon because I love my house. I do. But I can't be up in here. No. And please get me out of here before 2021. I had plans for 2020.
We all did. And they were what?
Canceled.
Canceled it. Postponed.
They got the chop.
They're all postponed until further notice. Your plans don't mean yeah.
Nothing. Good luck to everybody. Well, I adore y'all. I appreciate y'all. I wish you nothing but continued success and blessings. I hope the show goes well. This Saturday is when it is? Friday. This Friday. I hope it goes well. I hope you do many more. I'm going to try to catch one at some point in time. If you can send somebody a free code, thank you. And
no, bitch, we don't got no code, no nothing. I had to pay for it. Yeah.
You had to pay.
Well, I went to go see Trinity, so I had to pay to go see her show. So, look, it ain't like the old days a couple months ago where you could ask to be put on the list. Right. The old days.
A couple months ago.
Them were the long ago days.
Yeah, remember back when?
Oh, okay. Well, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for the kiki. And I'll check in with y'all soon, okay?
All right, baby. Please. Take care.
All right.
Stay home.
All right, you too. Wash your hands, wash your ass.
Okay. Done and done.
But in the other order, wash your ass first and then your hands.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, because it's going to get washed.
All right, I love y'all.
All right.
Bye. Oh, there we go. All right. Thank y'all so much. I love Kiki with Latrice and Chris. They are two talented people and people who are so amazing. Y'all make sure y'all like them and follow them at Latrice Royale, at Christopher Hamblin, and just show some support. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Tell Me More with Tony Moore, and we'll be back in a couple of hours for another episode. All right, take care, y'all. Be safe. Bye.